Welcome back, Forensic Tech Warriors. This is BCIS 4320, your digital forensic training ground. In this episode, we're breaking down Chapter 4, Processing Crime and Incident Scenes from the Guide to Computer Forensics and Investigations, 6th edition. Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're first to the scene every time we drop a new lecture. So what happens when you actually arrive at a crime scene, or incident scene, as it's often called? This chapter teaches us how to properly collect, handle, and document digital evidence without blowing the whole case. Whether it's a corporate data breach or a federal criminal case, the rules of evidence and your scene processing skills must be tight. Digital evidence is treated like physical evidence in court. That means it must be both authentic and reliable, and it needs to follow a clear chain of custody from start to finish. You'll hear about the best evidence rule and the federal rules of evidence. These are the foundational guidelines for what evidence is admissible in court. Here's a quick pro tip. Document everything, down to the power state of the device when you found it. Now, there's a significant difference between corporate and law enforcement investigations. In the private sector, investigators can often act more quickly but must still respect employee privacy. On the other hand, law enforcement agents must follow strict constitutional protocols, particularly the Fourth Amendment, and typically need a warrant to proceed to guard against unreasonable searches and seizures by the government. Keep in mind, cases can shift. A civil case might become criminal or vice versa, so you've got to stay flexible and legally sound. To begin with, you cannot just walk into a digital crime scene and start collecting devices. Preparation is everything. You need to know what you're looking for, bring the right tools for the job, and prepare for surprises, like encrypted drives, hidden partitions, or uncooperative users. Collection should be methodical, and every device you handle should be tagged, photographed, and carefully documented. Before touching a single cable, your first priority is to secure the scene. That means restricting access to authorized personnel only, disabling any active network connections, and taking note of all open programs and connected hardware. If a device is powered on, you may need to perform a live acquisition to preserve volatile data. If it's off, your safest bet is a static acquisition, imaging the drive exactly as it is. Digital evidence comes in all shapes and sizes, from laptops and USB drives to smartphones and smartwatches. When seizing these items, your job is to follow strict procedures to avoid contamination. That means using anti-static bags, proper containers, and a detailed evidence log to document every step. Each time evidence changes hands, it must be recorded. This chain of custody ensures that no one can dispute the integrity of the evidence later. To prove your evidence hasn't been tampered with, you'll rely on digital hashes. Think of them like file fingerprints. Algorithms like MD5, SHA1, and SHA256 generate unique values based on file contents, and these values must match from the moment of acquisition all the way to the courtroom. If they don't match, your evidence could be ruled inadmissible. This chapter bridges forensic theory with real-world practice. You've got to be consistent in your procedures, clear on your legal role, whether you're acting in a private or public capacity, and diligent about protecting and validating every piece of evidence. Remember, it's not just about collecting data, it's about maintaining its integrity so it holds up under legal scrutiny. And that's a wrap on Chapter 4, Processing Crime and Incident Scenes. You've learned how to walk into a digital crime scene and walk out with evidence that counts. So, to recap, know and follow the rules of evidence, recognize the differences between public and private sector investigations, secure and search scenes with purpose, and validate everything you collect. If you found this breakdown helpful, drop a comment, like, and share it with a classmate. Subscribe for Chapter 5 where we go inside Windows and the command line. Until next time, stay sharp, stay ethical, and stay forensic.